Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer, the board game review show that was recently attacked by a giant spider! Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Carrotia, Carrotia, Carotid Artery, from Mage Company. In this game from Mage Company, 1 to 6 players are going to take on the role of rabbits. You're going to choose a little character rabbit. There's different kinds of rabbits that have different special abilities. You get these little rabbit cards that tell you kind of who you are and what your abilities are. Then what you're going to do is, depending on the number of players, you're going to deal out a number of tiles. Now these tiles are kind of pathway, maze tiles, labyrinth tiles. And what you do is, the game is going to be played out in 2 phases. And in the first phase, what you do is you have a timer that gives you a limited amount of time in order to create your maze. So you have 3 different kind of objective cards that show you kind of where you're going to enter, where you're going to leave, but you still got to actually build the maze. It's also going to tell you where carrots and birds are going to be placed. So you draw that card, and then you flip over the timer. Then you've got 30 seconds going around and around and around in clockwise or counterclockwise fashion to create this maze. Your first maze is going to be 3 by 3. You create the maze, then you go ahead, you place the enter and the exit tokens, you place the carrots down there in increments of 1 or 3, and then you place the bird tokens. Now, during the second phase, you're trying to get the rabbit through the maze. You're trying to get them to collect as many tokens as they can, carrot tokens as they can, and you don't know what the bird is when you first get it. So you have to flip the bird over, and then you actually see which bird it is. Now, the different birds have different abilities. Some of them are going to pick up carrots and carry them places. Some of them are going to destroy carrots. Some of them are going to do all sorts of funky things. So what you're going to do is, on the turn, you're going to move the rabbit from the starting space 1 space. Now, you may have a special ability that then you can flip over. For instance, I think it's the vamp. He can move 2 spaces, and then he's got to flip it over. But you're trying to get to the carrot tokens to collect them, and then you are going to roll the dice. You're going to roll the die for the specific bird. The color of die is going to match the specific color of bird, and that's going to tell you which direction the bird is going to move, or if he's going to move toward the bunny or toward the carrot. Now, once you get the rabbit all the way through the maze and he exits, that round is over. Next, you're going to do the same thing again, but this time, when you build the maze, you're going to leave the existing maze that you have, and then you're going to add a whole new row on there. You're going to create a new grid by adding 2 new rows on the sides. So you go ahead, you flip the second timer, you got a little more time, you go ahead, you do that there. Now, in addition to placing, you can also replace tiles. If they're placed poorly, you have that option there, so to kind of make the map make a little bit more sense. Then you go ahead, you do it a second time. This time you're going to have more carrots on the board, more birds. And you're going to roll different dice for the different colors. Then you're going to do this thing a third time. You're going to flip over a third sand timer that's got a little bit more time. You're going to create another row, or another 2 rows, to create an even bigger maze. And then you're going to try to get the bunny through it again, get it out while collecting as many carrots as you can, and hopefully avoiding those nasty, nasty birds. Now, depending on how many players you have to collect a certain amount of carrots, and if you have collected all of the necessary amount of carrots by the end of the game, then you win the cooperative game of... So Mage Company sent me this game to review, and they actually have got the Kickstarter up right now, and I'm hoping I'll be able to get this up in time for the Kickstarter. But it's one of those things where they said, this is actually a finished game that we're sending you. But the rule book that is in the game is a mess. It's got all the information there, it's just in all these weird sorts of places. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So they've sent me revised rule books. They emailed me a revised rule book, and that works a lot better. It makes a lot more sense. So I'm sure when they actually get the production copies out there for the Kickstarter people, they'll have the revised rule book out there. So that's good thinking. The game is interesting. You'll bear with me. The game that this reminds me most of in a lot of ways is XCOM, the board game, which of course has the app, and it reminds me of that because part of it's timed, and then part of it's kind of the resolution of what you did during the timing phase. And it's very intense because you're under the clock, and then it's kind of intense to see whether or not you can get through the maze and get all of the carrots that you need in time. Don't get me wrong, this is not nearly as complex, or frankly, as just engaging a game as XCOM is, but it's kind of got that same pacing to it, and that same kind of idea of we got this really, really, really stressful push to get through something really fast, and then it's kind of a slow, methodical stress in trying to see how that worked out. And that's actually fun. I like it. Now the game, this bunny rabbit theme and the carrot theme, it doesn't really appeal to me personally. But I'm not the target audience. This is more of a family game, a game for younger people, and I think they'll enjoy it. I think they'll get a kick out of it. It's smart enough that it would engage an adult such as myself. I enjoyed the games I played very much, but at the same time, it's cutesy enough, I think, to appeal to younger people and the family at large. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to recommend to try it before you buy it, largely just because, like I say, the theme for me was a little As a game, mechanisms, it's pretty solid, it's pretty good, and I think if you're a younger person, you'll really get a kick out of this. Thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. We ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. We are The Discriminating Gamer, and now here's a picture of Angry Mitch.
Please somebody help me on my feet again, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band.
All right.
We gotta get a tile up there because
That's all I got.
Can you get something? Can you fix that? Oh no.
We're out of time.